Welcome back to Farm and Hammer, everyone. Out here on the rental farm, I'm going to give the calves some creek feed. We'll see which calves come in today. It's still a little warm out. I normally try to feed them late evening, but I've got some other plans this evening, so feed them at about 6 o'clock. It's only, it's 86 degrees right now. While I'm heading over here, you might be able to tell I'm in a different truck than I normally am. I made a slight upgrade in feed trucks. So, alright, so the rest of the calves finally made it over. You can see a lot of the calves are coming in, which is good to see. It's going to make them easy to catch come weaning time. This big one doesn't hardly like feed. I don't know why. He just never hardly eats any. There's a couple others that I've gotten in here, but they still don't eat feed. So anyway, not a bad looking group of calves. A lot of these are out of cull cows. This one right here is actually a twin. I raised her brother on the bottle. She turned out to be nice. And then of course you got the beef masters. You'll see them. A couple of them have horns. I'm gonna take care of those later. But the rest of these calves I'm just pretty pleased with, out of cows that aren't worth a whole lot. But most of these calves were born March, April, and May, a couple in June. So I'm really not planning on weaning them super soon. Our group at home will be weaning in September, maybe October, depending on what the weather looks like. Normally we give the cows about 3 months off, so we'll wean the calf, give them 3 months off, and then they'll have their next baby. But since their mothers aren't going to calve again until March of 2025, I don't know, depending on the shape and condition of the cows, which they look pretty good right now, I may leave these guys on their mothers till December. If I am going to leave them on that long, I'll have to get the portable chute out here and get these bulls worked, because I don't want to be castrating 600 to 700 pound bulls. So this guy will be up there come November, December. Anyway, so I've got a while till they're weaned, but I want to get them trained to come in here. That way I can get them worked. And then come November, December, I'll get them weaned. And I don't know what the plans are for them yet, but either sell them or hold on to them. I'm not really sure. But anyway, the whole point of creep feeding these calves was to hopefully convince the smaller ones to go in there and start eating feed. That way they start growing. Most of these smaller calves are ones that their mothers were cull cows for a reason. The mothers don't have much milk, or they're just poor calf raisers. Like that little black one, she's a month and a half older than that white face there, and she's tiny, size of a newborn. So those are the smaller ones that I'm wanting to go in. Of course, they haven't found their way in yet, but I'm hoping by the end of the month they'll have figured out creep feed. But in terms of fall calvers out here, got one like the Charlet, she's going. I think the rest of these over here are going, they're spring calvers. That black one there, she was a heifer from last year, had her first calf last year. She's bagging up. I don't think she's getting real close. She's got some dairy in her, so she might be bagging up a little sooner than the rest. But for the most part, these girls are about 2 weeks behind the group at home. So I'm expecting calves here in another week, 2 weeks, and they'll be out of the black beef master. So I'm interested to see what the calves look like on the little. Some of these cows are a little nicer than my spring calvers. So anyway, I don't think they turned out too bad. Anyway, that's all I'll mention on the calves out here. Since I'm out here with the truck, I guess I might as well show you it. Obviously this is not a new truck, but it is new to me. This is a 2011 Ram 2500, and it does have the Cummins. I've had this truck a couple weeks now, really liking it. I've never had a farm truck with a crew cab, so that's what I'm not super sure about yet. It's kind of hard to see your bed. And speaking of the bed, it's got a short bed on it. I've also never had a feed truck with a short bed, so something I'm gonna have to get used to. But this is the brand of the bed. I've honestly never heard of them, So hopefully it's a pretty good bed. But so I'm not showing you guys this truck to show off or anything. Just showing you some upgrades I'm making. I mentioned a couple videos back. Since cattle prices are high and I've sold quite a few calves, this is going to be the year I make some upgrades. Was it super necessary? That's probably questionable. I could have bought an older, cheaper one, but the last 6 trucks I've owned have all been at least 20 years old or older. I've still got the 1993 in the shed, and right now I still have the Chevy, 2001 Chevy, but it's going to be sold here soon. So this is the newest truck I've owned, and it's still 13, 14 years old now. I've never owned a diesel truck before, so that's kind of new. This one does not require DEF, which is the only way I'd buy a diesel truck now. And speaking of emissions, this truck has had some things fall off, if you know what I mean. A couple things missing under the hood. So yeah, it gets great fuel mileage. Towing is a breeze. I've added some seat covers because these seats completely tore up. But I do have a new seat cushion. I just got to get it installed. Got these saddle pad seat covers for both the front seats. I don't have them for the back. Not a whole lot to see in the back seat. I do have to replace the middle seat belt. The owner's dog had chewed it, so that's gotta come out. New one's gotta go in. But I'll get her started up for you. And in terms of upgrades I've made, originally this thing had a stock radio, no screen. So I've since bought different radio, of course. It's got a 10-inch screen. It's got built-in navigation, all that kind of stuff. It's got CarPlay, which is nice. And then the main reason I upgraded is when I throw this thing in reverse, I can see my bed, which is a huge bonus. With the crew cab, I can't hardly look through the headache rack and see what bales I'm picking up, anything like that. So even with big tow mirrors, it's still hard to see what hay you're getting. This thing, I can see exactly where the arms are. Maybe kind of hard to see on the screen, but still getting used to the controls. Of course, I'm used to Dewey's, and then my last truck was a hydrobed, so I'm sort of used to hydrobed, but anyway, still getting used to this thing. But I really like the backup cam I threw on the back. Makes bale loading quite a bit easier. But anyway, this is the truck you'll be seeing me in for hopefully quite a few years now. The one thing I'm not sure if I like yet is the color. This is kind of a rare paint job for these trucks. I don't know. I normally just try to stick with some neutral colors, black, white, or gray, but it is what it is. Got the truck for a pretty good deal, I'd say. Needs a couple things done to it, but got the price knocked off for that. So, and for all you guys familiar with these trucks, yes, the transmission has already been replaced. I've got the paperwork on that. That was done about 10,000 miles ago. So these trucks are notorious for losing transmissions about 150, some even sooner. So transmission's been replaced, so hopefully I won't have any major issues with this truck in the near future. Out here checking on their group of cows. It's getting close to being dark, so I'm gonna have to make this quick. But I walked up to the gate. Of course, cows thought they were moving. This is a single day pasture, so we've only got them in here for one day. And they seem to remember that, so when I come out, they're ready to go. But we're gonna hold off till morning to get them moved. With them all crowded up like this, it's hard to show you the new calves. But hopefully most of the new mothers are out here in the back. Got some new red one there. A couple nice black ones here. That one's really nice, one of my favorite fall calving cows. Another solid red, that one's new. Black white face, red white face, black white face, solid black, solid red, black white face back there. This guy's following me around. Hopefully his mother isn't following me too. That's one of the older ones. And I think that one may be a twin. It's one of the first ones we found, but we also found a dead one at the same time. So I think that one may be a twin, but not 100% sure. Nice looking baldy there off of a 950-pound cow. Do have some small cows in here, so solid black calf there. This little baldy is one of the older ones. Same with this one. That one's 4 or 5 days old now. This red one's one I haven't seen. That one's got to be a day old or so. Another solid black there. Of course, I'm getting all the mothers riled up. They're chasing calves around. Anyway, I'm gonna back off so I quit getting them riled up. Don't want any baby calves running through the fence. Speaking of which, I do have one across the fence on the neighbors, so I need to get that thing out before dark. But anyway, maybe hard to see, but there's there's probably about 30 calves out here now. A couple days ago when I did the count, there was exactly 20, and I know there's been quite a few new ones since. So probably getting close to 30 at this point. Still got a lot to go, as you can see, which some of these are heifers, but still got quite a few to calve out here. So yeah, we're a week and a half in. We've already got quite a few calves on the ground. We are still trying to move since it's been so dry. We had a really wet spring, really wet summer, and then right about the beginning of August, we haven't had a rain since. So had a couple sprinkles here and there, but as you can see, it's drying out. Every bite of green they get, they're getting another half mouthful of brown. So even the Bermuda's drying up. Fescue's mostly dried up. Needing some rain, especially if we want to get some stockpiled fescue going. But anyway, moving the herd around with a bunch of baby calves is always fun. Tomorrow we've got to take them across the road, so that's going to be a fun move with a bunch of new baby calves. But anyway, guys, it's getting a little too dark to film, so hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.